So anyway, nandito na po ako. So I think I can still use my time, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, judging from the volumes of questions to the Office of the Vice President during the first hearing, I presume, Madam Chair, that considering that those questions originated from the 2022 budget, am I correct to presume, Madam Chair, that the budget of the Vice President in 2022 or the utilization of those budgets were subjected to a notice of disallowance?
COA?
Come again, sir. What's the question po?
Tinatanong po kayo kung subject, nagkaroon ng notice of disallowance noong 2022 ang OVP.
Madam Chair, I have also here a report about the notice of disallowance. According to the notice of disallowance, the COA disallowed 73,287,000 out of 125 million confidential funds used by the OVP in 2022. So this is 58.63% of the 125 million. So can you confirm?
Madam Chair, the way I understood them, 2022 ang origin, parang ang damdam ko, merong subject of notice of disallowance, yung budget ng Vice President, because of the type of questions asked during the first hearing.
Madam Chair, for the 2023, we have not...
22.
22.
Kasi nagsimula doon ng mga questions, di ba?
Based on the report of COA, Madam Chair, for the year 2022,
Tanong yung 2022.
the audit team issued notice of disallowance amounting to 2,638,186 on April 5, 2022 pertaining to the engagement of private lawyer as legal consultant without the written conformity of the Solicitor General and the concurrence of COA. So that's the only ND or notice of disallowance issued during that year.
What about in 2023, Madam Chair?
For 2023, Madam Chair, there was no notice of disallowance issued to the OBP.
So why is it, Madam Chair, that most of the questions are being asked as though they do not believe the Vice President than when she said that she is already communicating with the COA?
Madam
I
Chair.
think the Office of the Vice President, Madam Chair, is being audited by the Intelligence and Confidential Fund Audit Unit. Is that correct?
Madam Chair, if I may I clarify, what I have said about the notice of disallowance is pertaining to the transactions of the OBP, not for the confidential fund, because we are the audit team of OBP for the transactions to audit the transaction of the OBP, not the confidential fund. The confidential fund is being audited by the ICFAO, another office from the COA.
Yes, so the question is supposed to be for you.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Subjected ba sa Intelligence and Confidential Fund Audit Unit?
Yes,
Yung
Madam.
confidential fund ng Vice President.
Yes, Madam Chair.
So was there a notice of disallowance?
There was a notice of disallowance issued for the fourth quarter of 2022, Madam Chair.
There was.
Yes.
Okay, Madam Chair, may I know the nature of a notice of disallowance? I mean the nature.
A notice is
How do you characterize a notice of disallowance?
a notice is disallowance is given out for expenses, disbursements. It is a notification to the head of agency and or accountant informing and requiring the persons liable to restitute the amount of the disallowance. that is the confidential or intelligence expense, disapproved or disallowed in audit, either in whole or in part, as a result of illegal, irregular, or improper disbursement or expenditure of such fund. Your
You
Honor.
call it IUEEU. Is that correct?
Yes, yes,
I,
Madam Chair.
irregular. U is
Unnecessary. Your
unnecessary.
Madam Chair.
E,
Extravagant, Madam Chair.
another E.
Excessive po.
And U.
Unnecessary, Your
Nay,
Madam
ang
Chair.
una yung unnecessary. Unconscionable.
Unconscionable po.
Okay, so you initially determined when you issued a notice of disallowance to the Office of the Vice President that somehow merong lumabas dun sa IUEEU. Is that correct?
Yes po, Madam Chair.
So how do you characterize a notice of disallowance?
May I be clarified po on the question, Madam Chair?
I do not know how to simplify. How do you characterize? What is a notice of disallowance?
It is a notice po to the head of agency.
Okay. Is a notice of disallowance contestable?
Yes, Madam Chair. It is not a final
It is not a final
action
judgment.
of COA. Opo.
It is appealable.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay. What is now the stage of the notice of disallowance issued to the Office of the Vice President?
Madam Chair, we have issued the notice of disallowance, and it was received by management on August 9, 2024. So they still have 6 months po, or 180 days
Correct.
to appeal po the
And
disallowance.
they are supposed to reply yet.
Yes po.
You will have to give them the opportunity to make a reply.
That is correct
To
po,
explain
Madam Chair. Yes po, Madam
how
Chair.
the budget was utilized.
Opo.
And that is part of due process.
That is correct po.
Meaning to say, there is no guilt yet until and unless you are able to receive the reply, the answer, and the explanation of the Office of the Vice President.
That is correct po. And it has
Have you
been
received a copy?
of the reply po.
Yes.
They have not yet replied po
So
to the
yun na
MD.
nga eh. As part of the due process is notice. Then the Vice President will submit to you an answer explaining, detailing how the budget was utilized. And you will receive that
Madam
in
Chair,
due time.
Madam Chair, if it is already a notice of disallowance, their remedy would be to appeal the notice of disallowance po.
Madam, ang sinasabi ko, wala pa nga eh. It is yet to be sent to your office. Is that correct? Wala pa siyang reply.
Yun nga po, hindi po reply ang remedy nila to the notice of disallowance, but an
Ano po
appeal,
dapat?
an appeal to the notice of disallowance.
Well, wag mo na nga. It's an appeal.
Yes po.
Sa aming mga hindi masyadong nakakaalam ng terminology, pwede ring reply. Reply is an appeal. Ngayon, ibibigay pa lang sa'yo.
Madam Chair, ang reply po is we presuppose na sa ICFAO po ulit, pero ang appeal po is with the commission proper na po.
Madam Chair, napakasimple po ng sinatanong. Alam po natin yun. A reply is supposed to be submitted to the commission proper.
Yes po.
Pero sa ngayon, hindi siya magre-reply kasi sasagutin niya muna kayo. And until today, hindi pa niya sinasagot because they are still within the reglementary period of 6 months
That is correct po.
to make an
That is
answer
correct.
to you.
That is correct po.
That is the nature of things, Madam Chair.
That is correct.
So wala pa siyang, there is no judgment yet.
That is correct po. And it has been emphasized po in the first hearing that the notice of disallowance
Kaya nga, if
is not yet
questions, for
final.
example, are coming from us, questioning and judging the utilization of the funds of the Vice President, when you yourselves, the rightful office, has yet to receive the explanation we cannot be more popist than the Pope, Madam Chair. Is it correct?
Madam Chair, as we have said, on our part, the ND is not
No, you are
final.
not answering my question. Kung kayo nga tatanggapin nyo pa lang magsasubmit pa lang if we will be questioning it already from our end, we're like more popist than the Pope, Madam Chair. Am I correct?
I cannot.
Ikaw naman, ba't naman hindi mo masasagot naman yan, napakasimple. Kung ikaw nga, hinihintay mo pa dapat naman nating hintayin, that is the part of due process.
Yes.
Kami naman, naglulundag na kami na nagtatanong. Kaya nga ang sabi ng Vice President, narinig ko, I am already communicating. I am about to communicate with the COA. I think she will do that because that is the process. Hindi naman pwedeng hindi niya sagutin. Kaya nga po ang sinasabi ko, kasi ang dami na pong nagsipagtanong. Lalo na po nung unang hearing, naglulundag po lahat So the nature of a notice of disallowance, Madam Chair, it is yet to be explained. Sa ngayon, hindi pa Kung sakaling ma-explain, Madam Chair, at halimbawa, hindi nyo pinakinggan, the Vice President has the option to go to the COA proper for an appeal.
That is correct.
That is correct. And considering the appeal was dismissed, the Vice President can go to the Supreme Court. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So there is a whole gamut of process.
That is correct.
Will you
po.
confirm that?
That is correct po, Your Honor.
That is why, can you advise us, including me, whether we are supposed to ask questions, considering that you have not yet received her explanation to your office?
Madam Chair, I am not.
You cannot advise me?
We are not in a position to know the power or the prerogatives of the
No,
House of
I am
Representatives.
telling you already. I am telling you already because we're supposed to ask questions on the budget of the Vice President. But they started asking questions on the 2023 budget, which was subjected to a notice of disallowance. I'm telling you, Madam Chair, that the Vice President is yet to make an explanation to be submitted to your office, and you are waiting for that.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Correct.
That's why when we were subpoenaed, we explicitly
Oo nga.
mentioned that
So, tama
these are
bang-
not yet.
Tama ba kung
Final.
magtanong na ng magtanong ngayon habang ikaw ay hindi mo pa nare-receive kung ano yung sagot niya? Do you think I am correct in asking questions habang ikaw ay naghihintay pa lang ng isasagot niya sa iyong opisina? Tama ba ang gagawin ko kung magtatatanong ako ngayon?
Madam Chair, I can only speak po for on the point of view of COA now. We have issued these in the end it's still subject to appeal.
Kindly wrap up.
Maraming salamat, Madam Chair.
Right? Salamat. Next.
Quick interjection, Madam Chair. Just a quick one.
Proceed.
Maybe ask the representative of COA, did I hear it right, that the Vice President's office has not yet sent a reply about the notice of disallowance?
Not yet, Madam Chair, because as we have replied, their remedy is either to settle the disallowance or to file their appeal.
So there was no form of there was no official communication yet from the office of the Vice President in reference to the observations of the Commission on Audit.
As to the notice of disallowance, there has been yet no communication yet.
I'm just
Madam
raising that point, Madam Chair, because if I remember it right, the Vice President replied all throughout the discussion that she has already communicated to the Commission on Audit.
Clarification, Madam Chair. The notice of disallowance signifies that it has already gone through a lot of steps before
Back
it
and
has
forth.
arrived at a notice of
Yes.
disallowance. So from the time that an AOM was
Issue.
issued, there have been communication with the Office
So
of
it
the
is
Vice
correct to
President.
assume, Madam Chair, that due process was afforded to the Office of the Vice President.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Salamat.
Madam Chair.
Okay, pwede po kayo magpalista for orderly proceedings. We have
Madam Chair, this
Kong
is in relation
Ron
to...
Salo.
Madam Chair, this
Madam
is in
Chair,
relation to...
I'll just yield
We will-
to Congresswoman Roman.
Pasensya na po ha. Ililista ko na lang po kayo, Kong Roman. The chair now recognizes the Honorable Ron Salo.
Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. But I'll willingly yield to Congresswoman Roman, Madam Chair, if
You will-
it's all right with the Chair.
Okay, so the chair now recognizes the Honorable Geraldine Roman.
Madam Chair, just an observation during the interpellation of our esteemed colleague, Marcoleta. I would like, Madam Chair, to remind our colleague, Mr. Marcoleta, Representative Marcoleta, that such terminology as nagtatatalon para magtanong are improper. To insinuate that my colleagues and us, who validly and willingly want to pose valid questions regarding the budget of the Office of the Vice President is unacceptable. Hindi po kami nagtatatalon. We have valid questions. I wanted to ask valid questions, but of course nobody is here to answer them. Which brings me to my second point, that I was listening intently to the intervention of Representative Marcoleta about respect for tradition. And I agree that yes, there are traditions and courtesy is extended where courtesy is also given. And this no-show for me is not exactly what you would call a courteous gesture on the part of the Office of the Vice President. Nevertheless, Madam Chair, once more, I'd like to express my frustration that sinubukan ko lang po dumating today with certain valid questions, but wala pong tayong sasagot dito. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Salamat. And now, the Honorable Ron Salo.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I just have one clarification because same with Congresswoman Roman, I also have some questions to ask. But nonetheless, I'll be content with listening to the explanation perhaps of the Commission on Audit. Ang simple lang po yung tanong ko kasi at the end of the day, yung Commission on Audit, Madam Chair, sila po yung nagde-determine kung isang pondo ay nagastos ng mas maayos. But I wish to go back to the basics. Ano exactly from the point of view ng COA ang mandato ng opisina ng Vice President? Kasi at the end of the day, dito po sa mandato, mami-measure exactly kung yung mga pondo at ginagastos are aligned exactly with the mandate. So gusto kong maintindihan mula sa punto de vista ng Commission on Audit, ano po sa tingin po nila exactly ang mandato po ng Office of the Vice President? Maraming salamat po.
Madam Chair, as I mentioned earlier po, the mandate of the OBP is, one of the mandate of the OBP is committed to the service of the nation, which perform executive, ceremonial, and advocacy functions to improve the lives of the Filipino people. That's why some of social services were implemented, or programs for social services are proposed.
Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. Follow-up question. So sa tingin po ninyo, yung mga proposal po ngayon, alay naman po doon sa mandato ng Office of the Vice President?
Based on the mandate of the Office of the Vice President, yes. Since the programs is consider social services, socio-economic services po, Madam Chair.
Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair.
Okay. So now we shall begin round 2. And the chair now recognizes the Honorable Jill Bongalon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, quick clarification with the Commission on Audit. Pwede ko po ba malaman kung nagsumiti po ng liquidation report ang ating pong Vice Presidente patungkol po doon sa confidential funds?
What period po? Madam Chair.
2023.
2023,
I'm sorry, 2022.
yes po, Madam Chair.
May I know when did the Office of the Vice President submit the liquidation report?
Madam Chair, the ICFA received the liquidation report on January 17, 2023.
May I know from the Commission on Audit if the submission was filed on time?
There is a slight issue on the provisions of the joint circular, because while the joint circular says that all liquidations must be all cash advances must be liquidated at year end, there's also a provision that allows the submission of the liquidation within 30 days from the end of the quarter, Madam Chair.
What is the answer to my question? Was it submitted on time?
So as far as we have determined before, they have submitted it on time since it was within the 30-day.
All right. So after the submission that you have mentioned, made sometime in January of 2023, is that the last submission of the liquidation report that the Office of the Vice President submit? Are there any other submissions made by the Office of the Vice President?
Madam Chair, they submitted an additional document.
When did the Office of the Vice President submit the additional document, just for the record, Madam Chair? Is that in the nature of liquidation report also?
It was an accomplishment report, Madam Chair.
So what is the nature of that report?
It is an accomplishment report. It is part of the liquidation report, but not an entirely.
That is part of the liquidation report that was submitted sometime in January. May I know, just for the record, when did the Office of the Vice President submit the accomplishment report?
The initial submission was on January 17, and the submission on September 18 was an amendment to the accomplishment report.
So in other words, binigyan po ng pagkakataon ang opisina po ng ating Vice Presidente na magpaliwanag dito po sa kanyang liquidation report.
Since we have not yet issued an AOM at that point, actually it would have been one of the findings, but then they were able to submit the accomplishment report po,
So
Madam Chair.
sa madaling salita, Madam Chair, nagkaroon ng maraming pagkakataon ang opisina po ng Vice Presidente na magpaliwanag dito po sa kanyang liquidation report.
Yes, Madam Chair.
So would that be amount to observance of due process on the part of the Commission on Audit?
I would think so, Madam Chair, since they have received our initial audit actions, which have led to the issuance of the notice of disallowance, Madam Chair.
Would that be all?
Yeah, that would be all, Madam Chair.
Okay. The Honorable Zia Diong.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I just want to understand po, because I was following the exchanges and the questions of Congressman Jill Bungalon. So prior to issuing the notice of disallowance, there was a process and steps that you require for the OVP the Office of the OVP to respond.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes, to this observation. Now, I just want to walk me through. Now, how many processes does actually entail before COA finally decides to issue a notice of disallowance?
From the moment the agency submits their liquidation report, we do our audit on the liquidation based on the joint circular issued by the COA, DBM, DILG, and GCG, and DND. And then if the liquidation is in order, we could just issue a credit notice. But if not, if there are deficiencies, we issue an audit observation memorandum advising them the AOM would then have to be replied to by the agency head within 15 days, and then if they comply with the AOM, again, if the AOM is sufficient, the liquidation is passed in audit. However, if we can still find deficiencies in the compliance, we usually issue the notice of suspension. Again,
And after the notice of suspension, there's another series of requests that you want for a specific agency to submit to you.
Yes, Madam
Right. So
Chair.
what's now the process after
So-
that notice of
Notice of suspension,
Okay.
Madam Chair.
So first, there's the ano yan? Yung term mo, AOM, yung
Audit Observation Memorandum, Madam
Okay,
Chair.
so there's a series of requests, documents for them to comply, and after scrutinizing, maybe, they examine the documents, whether these documents comply with the circular, joint circular. Then if there are deficiencies, then you proceed with the issuance of suspension. And then the issue of suspension, notice of suspension, issue of suspension.
Notice of suspension, Madam Chair.
Then again, it would have a series of processes na naman. You request the agency to submit certain So that's the second stage, right?
Yes, Madam
Okay,
Chair.
so can you please expound on that? So what are in details perhaps? Sorry, Madam Chair, I just want to really understand the process of COA. So, okay.
Madam Chair, from the moment they give us the reply to the notice of suspension, we evaluate the compliance. And then again, if it passes if it is sufficient, it will be passed in audit. Otherwise, the notice of disallowance will be issued.
So that's the last
That
stage.
is the last,
Okay, so
Madam Chair.
makatwid, Madam Chair, it's very clear na in terms of scrutinizing, in terms of the steps needed para yung ahensya po ay makapagsumite ng mga dokumento na nagsasabing nandoon sa within the criteria, within the parameters allowed by COA na nagasta yung gastusin, ay saka sila magbibigay ng mga notice of suspension. Ibig sabihin sa makatwid, pag ikaw ay na-issuean ng notice of disallowance, ibig sabihin, doon sa proseso na yon, wala yung nasubmit mo na dokumento ay hindi sapat para sabihin na compliant yung lahat ng pinaggagastasan mo ng pera na yon na naibigay sa'yo ng gobyerno, galing sa Kaban-Bayan. So, yun lang po ang gusto kong maintindihan. Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. And thank you, COA, for the responses.